Nice. I thought that would be better than just a regular clap. I thought this would be a lot cooler. Today we're drinking a West Coast IPA. Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a 2-minute tip. I realized that while filming my other YouTube videos, it takes a lot of days, a lot of pre-production, a lot of filming, and a lot of editing. And quite frankly, I just don't have enough time to share all of the little bits of knowledge that I think I have that would benefit you guys. So I wanted to kind of do something a lot shorter, a lot simpler, just me talking in front of a camera, sort of, telling you guys about a couple of tips that I've learned along the way. So this is the first installment of 2-minute tips, and today we'll be talking about filmic saturation. Now, there are many ways you can add saturation to a clip, but my preferred way is adding it through the HSV, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like here in a second. I learned it from Darren and Cullen Kelly. Those are two really fantastic professional colorists here who teach on YouTube as well, so I would highly encourage you guys to go check them out. Yeah, I find that if you just crank the saturation knob, it actually also affects 3 other aspects of the clip, the hue, saturation obviously, and the vibrance. And when you do that, it just makes the colors look so loud and like neon. Today, the way that I do it is going to deepen the colors and make them look richer. So yeah, with that being said, let's just go ahead and hop into it. As you can see here, I currently have a few clips on my timeline. I've kind of doubled them so we can kind of go through and see what the differences look like. But for this first one, the other thing too, I also just added a color space transform to all of these clips, just so that way I can get them into Rec 709. So yeah, for this first one, we'll go ahead and just do the regular saturation stuff. So most of the time when you go and add saturation, you'll come down here to your primaries, you'll go to the saturation knob down here, and you'll just crank that. Now, the issue with this then becomes, if you look at the image, the grass here kind of looks a little yellowish. The blue here seems to be screaming at you. It just looks overall like the image was taken on like an iPhone or an Android or something like that. Like the saturation just does not look very real. So if we go to our next clip here and we go ahead and add a new node, we're gonna go ahead and right click on this, go to color space, and we're gonna change it to HSV. And then the other thing we're gonna do here is we're gonna go down to channels and we're gonna turn off channel 1 and channel 3. So now the only thing that we're doing now is affecting the saturation. So when we come down here to the gain, and we just crank that just a bit, we can start to see that there's saturation getting added to the clip. And if we look at it, we can see that there actually is saturation added. And if we go back to our original one, you can see that the colors look different. So this one is the one where we added the filmic saturation to it. And this is the one where we just cranked the knob. You see how everything here looks brighter and more in your face? Whereas with this, you can see the saturation is here, but it looks more true, more filmic, and definitely reacts better visually for me. This is by far my preferred way to do this. So with that being said, let's go to the next clip. And we'll do the same thing here. So we'll just go ahead and crank that saturation knob. And this is one that I really wanted to showcase because this is when we were in the Grand Canyon, and you can see here on the walls just how orange they are, just how like peaky they are. And you can even see here in the vector scope, you can see the colors are so close to just being clipped. So we'll go here to the next one, we'll add a node, we'll change it from what it is now to HSV. We'll turn off channel 1 and channel 3. And then we'll go down here to our gain knob and we'll just add it. Like even if you go overboard on this, like it still does not look like the previous one. Like that's just completely different. And in my opinion, this is just miles better. So we'll go to the last clip right here, and this is just, here it's, where was this? Barton Springs. This is at Barton Springs Pool in Austin. So we have 2 clips here. We'll do the same thing as we did with the other ones. We'll just crank the saturation up. And you can see right here that we're clipping here. That isn't necessarily the worst thing. You obviously don't want that for every clip you see. Like, look at that grass. That's just so bright. So we'll go to the next clip, add our new node. We'll do our regular changes, color space, HSV, channel 1, channel 3. And then we will just crank that. And you can see that we're still clipping here, and a lot of this actually has to do with the leaves here in the shot. But if we look at this, that just looks so different. You can still see it still kind of adds like a little bit of moodiness to the clip where it doesn't make it look like it's some type of I don't know, modern daylight, like you know those commercials for companies that they want to make them look bright and interesting and like, yeah, I don't know, I don't like the look. This is what I prefer. And then if we go ahead and just let's go ahead and just remove these two, and then we'll go ahead and add, just for fun, we'll go ahead and add power grade. We'll add the 250D. We'll add the 250D, and then we'll make just some small adjustments that I like to do. Denoise, we'll add pre. We'll take off the pastel because it's not my favorite. Oh, I messed with this. And then over here, S. This is another tip I have, but this is the way I like to add contrast into my clips. So we'll do that. I also need to check my parade just to make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. And then we'll add that back down. If we look at that, that looks awesome. I'm gonna adjust the greens over here, and let's see, do I add blue? A little too much. So we'll take that off, but then even here with the center print power grade, I'll come to my saturation thing, I'll go to HSV, I'll turn off channels 1 and channels 3, and then we'll go back to our primaries and I'll just crank the knob. Now this already has like quite a bit of saturation into it, so I never love to go overboard with this, but like sometimes I feel like the clips do just need just a little bit extra, and that's exactly what this looks like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from this. I would highly encourage you to go check out those other colors that I mentioned. They are amazing. I'll have them linked down below. They do a much better explanation of explaining this than I do. I just wanted to show you like my actual practical use. So yeah, let me know how you guys like it. Let me know if you have another way of adding saturation to your clips. If you guys have any questions at all, just leave them down in the comment section below. And with that, I will see you guys soon. Later.